Hi, thanks for tuning in to another edition of WFRE's Hometown Heroes, brought to you by Overhead Doors of Frederick. And we have got with us today Frederick City's Compliance Administrator, Jarad Bowens. And I said to you earlier, I want to say Jarad Butler, because you're very handsome and so is he. So you're the compliance officer with the city of Frederick. What does that mean exactly? Because I should have had a compliance officer at my house when my kids were teens.
Yeah. So really it just means that there's two parts. One is the vendor engagement side. So I reach out and find vendors to come into our procurement supply chain and diversify that a little bit. And then the compliance side is actually just making sure city staff and are complying with all the rules and regulations for those programs.
Okay, does it involve people and parking and things like that, or is that another section of city government?
Yep, that's a different section. So we have a whole parking department, and that they kind of take care of all the parking regulations and compliance with that kind of stuff. So this is more just specifically focused on procurement, vendor engagement, bringing folks in who the city will buy, supplies and services from.
And who is it that you're really trying to reach out to? Maybe groups and organizations to get them into city government so you can get those supplies. Any groups in particular?
Yeah, so we work closely with a lot of our local organizations like the Chamber of Commerce, Frederick County Building Industry Association, a number of other groups. And really who we're looking for is small business owners, minority and women business owners to come in and do some procurement work for us.
And what's the benefit for someone to do that? I mean, if they're a Frederick business, if I'm a female-owned business and I come to you, what's my benefit?
The benefit is getting a city check in your pocket. So that's really what my job is to put city dollars in the hands of local small business, right? So that's the idea. Government contracting is a difficult arena to get into, but once you get into it, a lot of money to be made and a lot of benefits for small companies.
Did you grow up around here?
I did not. So we're transplants from Florida. We followed my younger sister here to be closer to her kids and have our kids grow up together. And so we're originally from Florida.
Okay, what part?
Grew up in South Florida, so Fort Lauderdale, and then spent about 15, almost 20 years in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay. So how do you feel? We've had a wicked March, and I don't know how long you have been in Frederick County, but we've all heard that saying that March comes in like a lamb, goes out like a lion. Are you just loving this weather? Because I can guarantee in Florida right now, it's like sunny and 75.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so cold. What the heck?
So we've been here about 5 years. We moved to Frederick in 2020. The winters have not been as bad so far, so we've been kind of getting used to it, but this one is a little crazy. We've kind of got the second, third, and fourth winter going on here, so this one's taking a little getting used to.
Oh, wait till you experience a blizzard, because we do have those.
I know, so I've heard.
It's a little crazy. So with a job like yours, do you have a staff that's under you? And how do you, if you do, what is it, your work schedule, your work throughout the day?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't have a staff. I am actually the staff. So our programs are managed under our Equity and Inclusion Office. So I report to a supervisor, our manager of Equity and Inclusion at the city. And I focus specifically on my role at the city without any support staff, but it's, I get the job done. And so, typical 40-hour work week, I do some after work stuff in terms of networking and reaching out and going to, outreach events and stuff like that to find new businesses, but pretty typical work schedule.
Do you have your own office with a view?
No.
Oh my
no
God.
View.
So who do we talk
view.
to about that? Mayor Michael O'Connor. You want an office with a view?
I actually have an incredible office. I just moved in to a new facility right across from City Hall with our economic development team. So I'm nestled in with them and I absolutely love it. The city's been treating me wonderful. And so couldn't ask for anything more.
So you're going to take the family out to dinner in Frederick. I want to know, and it's for a celebration, where are you going to go? Your favorite place?
That is a loaded question. There
right?
are so many wonderful.
I am so putting you on the spot.
I know. We have been wanting to try Seven Sisters. That's the new one that just opened up. We still have not yet been to Y Oak yet in the Visitation Hotel, and so I'm anxious to take my wife there.
I haven't either.
I know. I've heard such good things about it, but there's just so many great restaurants, too many to name.
So you lived in Florida for most of your life and you are up here in Frederick. What is it that you love most about the new area that you live in?
Oh man, Frederick is just so unique. There's just a special sauce, if you will, about Frederick. And I think it's the connectivity the overwhelming support. People just line up behind you, right? Especially with regards to our small business community. There are so many organizations and folks just dive in to help you get through whatever you're going through.
And as far as traffic on 1570, 270, how does that compare to Florida? Because I know right around the Orlando area, like Route 4, oh my God, or Interstate 4, it is disastrous. So does any part of this area around Frederick County, as far as like the roadways and things like that, make you think of Florida and that traffic nightmare?
15 a little bit sometimes, right, when it gets backed up, but it is absolutely nothing compared to, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miami on a busy afternoon during rush hour. The Orlando area, I-10, I-4, we don't know from traffic around here. So yeah, I know that's hard to say with a lot of folks that are, having to deal with that here on 15, but it could be a lot worse.
Sure. And if somebody's watching this and they want more information because they are a small business owner and they want to get more information about getting involved with your organization, with your department within Frederick City, how can they do that? How can they reach you?
Yeah, absolutely. Call 301-600-1804. You can reach me directly at any time, or go on the city's website at cityoffrederickmd.gov and look for the purchasing and procurement tab. And then you can sign right up, go right on our OpenGov procurement portal, sign right up, reach out to me directly.
And also, thank you for your service. You were in the Navy.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do in the Navy?
So I did 4 years right out of high school as a sonar technician on a submarine out of Groton, Connecticut, and loved every minute of it.
Wonderful. Well, again, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything that you do for the city of Frederick and for being on our Hometown Heroes, our featured Hometown Hero this week. And this is brought to you by Overhead Doors of Frederick.